Welcome back to my garden. This is Robin, garden in Zone 6 in Northwest Connecticut. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied already. In the last couple tours, I've mentioned that I have been pulling out some perennials. Of course, when the annuals are finished, I'm going to pull those out too. But I have some perennials that have not really been doing well, and I'm really putting in more evergreens. Believe it or not, I'm putting in more evergreens. You know, anything to make less work. So I wanted to show you what I've done. I did not video myself putting these things in because honestly, my husband put them in for me. While he doesn't mind being on camera, you know, it's not his YouTube channel, so I try not to get him to do things unnecessarily. And sometimes it's just 1, 2, 3, we want to get it done, you know, and that's like where we're at with it. So thank you if you're watching, and thank you for being a subscriber if you are. If not, please subscribe, hit that like button. It really does make a difference. Also, don't forget, I think I say it in every video, the link below where it says more, underneath the description of the videos, I have a link to our Amazon store. And the plant tags that I use are on that site. The tag, the P-Touch labels that I use that are laminated, they never come off. They're perfect. I don't know why more people don't tag their things. Now, my garden is often open to the public, and it's just easier for me to have things tagged. But even if you're doing a walking tour around your garden, and you're doing YouTube videos, I don't know why people don't tag their stuff so they don't have to try and remember what it is. I mean, I do have Excel sheets with all my plants, and then I also have paper sheets that I have, you know, with all of my items. I've gotten a lot of new Isley. I'm a big Isley fan. I should work for Isley, actually. But it just makes it easier, even when I'm walking around and I'm like, okay, well, what is this? What was this plant? And who can remember some of these, you know, some of the varieties for some of this stuff? So anyway, let's walk around and let me show you where I took things out and what I put in its place. Okay, I've got a very loud bird squawking here. Guess they don't like that I'm outside. So the first thing, I pulled out some spun silk daisies right here. Also some cat's pajama nepeta that never did very well over here. And in its place, I've put these 3 little junipers. This is called Motherlode juniper. It's a juniper horizontalis. Bright golden yellow foliage in spring and summer, transitions to rich burgundy plum undertones in winter. Giving this very flat ground hugging juniper long-term garden interest. It can get to be 6 inches high, which is pretty much, it's going to get a little bit bigger than this, but 4 feet wide. Oh, be quiet already. It's zone 3, and it's considered yellow. It is an Isley. It is a dwarf, and sun to partial shade. Like I said, I'm a huge Isley fan. So this is Motherlode. Let me see if I can zoom in on these guys a little bit more so you can really, really see them. No, be quiet. So here's the Motherlode juniper, and you can see, here's my tag. This will never go away. I mean, these don't fall apart. The label doesn't come off. They're great. I can't tell you how happy I am with these. So again, whoops. Here's the Motherlode juniper. So I have 3 here, and then I also have 1 in my front yard that I put in also. So where the daisies were, I added another firelight tidbit, so that probably needs no explanation. I already have quite a few of them. And then the other thing I added over there is a mugo pine called Calouse. I think that's how you pronounce it. Another Isley introduction. 2x2, hardiness zone 2, globe shaped, full sun, kind of irregular, dense branches with curved pairs of short, thick needles, kind of cool. Rich red-brown buds in winter, add that nice extra contrast. This rare mugo pine originated in the Czech Republic and grows just 2 to 3 inches a year. Requires no shearing to maintain its compact size. Yay! So that's what went here. So again, this is a mugo pine called Calouse. And behind it we have some Gora, another Cypress, some iris foliage right here right now, and also some coneflowers. So let's move on to the next area where I took out some more daisies. Okay, right here I took out the 3 Banana Cream 2 daisies. They were just invaded every year by slugs, and I feel like it was really a losing battle. One of my absolute favorite Isley shrubs is this Coraldo Hinoki Cypress, zone 5. Gets like 4 by, can get like 8 feet wide. But it's a slow grower, 3 to 6 inches a year. Bright golden yellow sprays of foliage. Very reliable. It's a sport of Cripsey, which I also have actually in my garden. Great ground covering mound, and it's great in the foreground of a flower bed, as you can see where I have it here. And I have it right next to this little Norway called Pusch, Pusch. And then it's also backed by, let's see if we can do this, Morning Light Grass, Lady of Shalott roses, and some coneflowers here, and then some salvia, and that's a double play doozy spirea. So on to the next area. Again, Coraldo, Hinoki Cypress, Cypress obtusa, probably my favorite. I get it locally from a nursery here in Connecticut, and I know he always orders more because he knows I love them. I use them in my clients' gardens, and obviously I use them in my own. I have 3 of my own. So let's go see what else I did. Okay, right here, this requires no real explanation. This is, I put in double play doozy, which you know is my favorite spirea at this point. I pulled out the hydrangea that has been here for years, and it just has never bloomed. I don't know what it was. I transplanted it at one point, and it just, it just never grew. So I think this will fill that spot nicely. I'll have some, nice color in there once that blooms. My Vanessa Bell rose has been blooming nice, and of course I've got the rose hips right here, and I've got aronia down below. I also pulled out 3 blue kazoo spireas, and while I love the blue kazoo, I don't know, they just have not done really well over here. Every year they've been failing a little bit more, and really I feel like if something's not working, pull it out. So what did I put in? Right there, I have a larch called Deborah Waxman. So Alarix is the actual name. An upright dwarf form. It's a seedling selection of American larch, another Isley introduction. Has ascending branches that exhibit light blue-green needles through the growing season. I have no experience with this, so that's why I'm reading a description. Showy, rosy flowers appear in spring, and fall brings on a display of coppery gold. 4x3, zone 2, full sun, and it's a dwarf as far as growing, 3 to 5 inches a year. So this is brand new for me, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And you can see here this massive Aurelia Sun King next to it, which I hope I'm going to be able to divide next year. Now, I had 3 blue kazoos, so the other one I replaced with a Pyrrhus Andromeda. Let me show it to you. So the blue kazoo that was here in the front, I replaced with this, this is a Monrovia Pyrrhus. It's a Pyrrhus japonica called River Run, Enchanted Forest Collection, River Run. Can get 5 to 6 feet tall and wide, filtered sun to partial sun, keeps soil moist but not soggy, moderate growing, mounded shrub, zone 6. So if you're familiar with the Pyrrhus Andromedas, huge clusters of showy buds in the late winter, opening to, those really pretty pristine white bell-shaped flowers. So very prolific flowering variety, excellent resistance to lace bugs, and outstanding for a shrub around your foundation. And the next one, let's see, we're going to go back over in the other direction, so let's go over here. I'm trying to stay out of the sun shadow here for you. I did plant a catalpa here. Hang on a minute. Over there, the catalpa is not doing much of anything. It's starting to grow a little bit. So this is a Skyland spruce. It's a fir. I hope I finally have found a location that's going to work for this, because I've had it in a container. I had it in 3 different locations in my yard. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the winner. We're going to wait and see. So the Skylands Oriental Spruce is also an Isley. Like I said, I should work for Isley. If you're listening, contact me. Picea orientalis, full upright spruce, bright yellow, year-round color. Small glossy needles emerge electric yellow in the spring, gradually soften to a rich gold, stands out against darker interior foliage. Best color is in full sun. And hang on, I see a bee, and I'm freaked about bees lately. This can get 25 feet high, 15 feet wide, zone 4, sun to partial shade. I love this. I really hope this grows in this location. And one last location. So I mentioned that I had to take out 2 smoke bushes that had verticillium wilt. I've also removed a coral charm peony, and mostly because it looks terrible, and I'm not sure if it also has it. I've sent it on to the Yukon plant lab to get a diagnosis. But what I put in the place of this smoke bush, because evergreens are not susceptible to verticillium wilt, which is a soil-borne disease. So this is called Wells Special Hinoki Cypress. This is brand new for me. I know nothing about it, so let's see. Distinctively beautiful alternative for smaller spaces where growing larger Hinoki cypress won't fit. Features irregularly tiered branches, clothed in sprays of soft and feathery light, can grow 10 to 15 feet tall and maybe 4 to 6 feet wide at its base. The contrast between the juvenile foliage and elegant sprays of mature leaves is extremely appealing, providing a soft texture in the garden. Again, can be 10 to 15 high, 4 to 6 feet at the base. Upright, pyramidal, growth rate moderate, 12 to 15 inches a year. So again, I've put in conifers where I had a problem with verticillium wilt. And let me see if I can get over here. I'm not sure with the light if I can show you the other 2 that are right here next to it. Okay, where the other smoke bush was right here, that is a winter sun Yugo pine. I love this one. I have one already. It gets bright yellow. The colder it gets, the tips of the branches get bright yellow. I love this. So it's known for like that yellow gold. It is a zone, let's see, do I have his hardiness? Zone 2 through 8. very pyramidal, as you can see, loves the sun. The growth rate is dwarf. In 10 years, it could be 3 feet high by 3 feet wide. We love this. It was one of my husband's favorite selections when we bought it a couple years ago, and it's in the front yard. Now, the other one right here is where the coral charm peony was. This is another Isley. This is a Colorado spruce, Picea pungens, called Herman Naue, or Now. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Naue. 4x4. Again, dwarf growing, 3 to 5 inches a year. Full sun, zone 2. Very unique. The bright pinkish cones complement the new foliage. That's, like a darker, mature foliage. And then the cones get tan as they get older. So something different. That blue green needle, which is nice. So I have, like the green, I have different perennials and peonies around it. So we've got a few different colors here. Can be perfect in rock gardens. Has a nice spreading mound. Very slow growing. So I'm looking forward to this. So this is what I have put where I pulled out all those plants. So I'd love to know your thoughts and tell me if you think I did good. So again, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button. It really does make a difference. Have a great day in your garden, and I'll see you soon.